Interview and job search strategies at work. This is episode 13 of Interview and Job Search Strategies at Work. Thanks a bunch for watching. Listen to this podcast. I hope you're getting some good value out of it so far. I want to talk on one thing real quick about, I have a couple relatives. One's going in the military, and then one is going to be a culinary school. So, on one hand, you have the military. You go in, you get paid, and you also learn a skill at the same time, valuable skill. The other side is you're going for culinary, and you're getting a skill, really valuable skill in my mind, because everybody eats, dude. Everybody eats. So I would say that skill is probably, although maybe the salary is not that much, but it's definitely in demand for everywhere, versus another, I don't know, like a political science degree or what do you call it, social science or history major, something like that. Although those are good skills to have, by the way. But anyway, culinary, everybody eats. So yeah, okay, done. The only point I want to bring up is this. On one hand, you're getting, you have to go in debt. That's the only drawback to it. So you're, unless you're, parents or whatever, you're independently wealthy. I think cost is for culinary school. It's probably like $40,000 a year. I think, depending on what you go to. If you want to get that fancy degree, So here we go. I bring the point up saying this. Maybe merge both so instead of like me saying one or the other is good or whatever, let's merge the two. And I'll say this, I've given this advice actually recently. And somebody asked me, they said, what about the military, So my advice would be join the military is this. Join it. And, first of all, get a great job when you get in. Get a great job. Say you're in high school and you're thinking about it. You talk to a couple recruiters. Recruiters are good, but they're salesmen. They're selling you on a job. If you're not happy with it, don't sign. Because the likelihood is you're stuck with that job for the next 2, 3, 4 years. So here's a different approach to all that. To join the National Guard or to join the Reserve, meaning the Army, the Air Force, the Navy. I don't know if the Navy has Reserve. I know the Army and the Air Force do. But guarantee your job. Say like, in this regard, IT would be like communications, job. So like, for instance, just do your homework on what jobs are what. Let's see, 25 series actually in the Army is the communications side. I have to do more research on that, but in the Air Force, I forget what the jobs are. And at any rate, the skills that you have, IT wise, are just going to be awesome. So you get what do you do when you're in the military? You get credibility. You get a validation of your skill set. They teach you until they teach anybody whatever they could teach whoever who has no idea about internet or computers. They can teach them that skill. That's how good it is. They do this all the time. They're experts at it, and so they're good at that. Obviously, so the skill you get in the military when you get out, it's just valuable, right? Also, like I said, you get credibility. You've been validated. You can say, I'm a veteran, or I learned a skill in the military. It's just there's a credibility to it. Really is. Plus, they pay for your certifications when you get in. And so back to my point, right? Was this? I gave this advice, like I said the other day, and it was this. join the reserve. I mentioned to him the Army Reserve, and then do your school. So some schools, like Army training, of course there's like basic training, and then there's AIT, which is like their school. But if you haven't, if it's an IT skill, and it's like, say, 4 or 5 months, right, of AIT, that's a skill you're learning. You're getting credit, you're getting validation. And then check this out. After you're done with the basic training in AIT, let's say you're in there 4 months, 5 months total for the whole deal. What you're doing is you're still in the military, but you just have to do 1 week in a month and then 2 weeks out of the year that you do this job or whatever it is you have. So why is that good? Or what's the benefit of that? What's the difference? Why are you telling me this? So instead of going to college and getting in debt, and instead of joining the military full time, do both. Do both. So for instance, you join the reserves, you're out in 4 months, you have a job, or because you have a skill, you have a job now, an IT job, because you've gained the skill. So you walk into a job that's a full-time job. You do, of course, your 2 weeks, 1 week in a month, and then 2 weeks out of the year for your training. And then after 4 years or whatever, you can just get out. How is it different than active duty? Active duty, you're there 24/7, 365, and Air Force, or I'm sorry, not Air Force, but the reserve, you're not there 24/7. So the pay is a lot different. You see, we're in the military. It's based on your rank, whatever your rank is. However, whatever your rank is, E1 to E4, E5, whatever. You can Google it yourself and see what the pay is versus, say, an IT job. If you just start out at $40K a year at IT, that's still paying more than what you would get in the military. And so that's the value I would think. That's the advice I gave to this individual who asked me. And he's in high school, right? He asked me, oh yeah, so I gave him that advice, and that's the advice I'm giving y'all now. So, okay, well, thanks a lot for listening to this podcast, and have a great day.